So we started recording. Good evening, everyone. I am delighted to welcome each and every one of you to this exciting session for our Learn to Earn program. I hope you're all feeling energized and ready for an engaging and insightful discussion today. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Frida Butale. I am the Director of Research at Actuate, and I am thrilled to have you with us as we immerse ourselves in this fascinating topic that promises to be both educational and inspiring. So yeah, as I've said, I want everyone to note that this meeting is being recorded for future references. And before we dive in, I'd like to take a moment to appreciate the incredible opportunity that we have through Actuate's Learn to Earn program. We're not just here to learn, but also we earn Actuate tokens. This is a fantastic initiative that rewards your dedication and engagement. These tokens hold tremendous value and I encourage each one of you to actively participate and make the most of this unique opportunity. So now let's get to the heart of today's gathering. I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation to someone who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make today's meeting possible. Her name is Dolphin Akinyi. She's an extraordinary coordinator for women in DeFi, and she will be starting us off by introducing East African women in DeFi. So this is our first session, and we'll learn more about what it entails from Dolphin. Following Dolphin, Susan will be introducing Actuate. Susan is our executive director, and she plays a crucial role in the success of Actuate through her outstanding leadership and dedication. So we'll be looking forward to her insights and for what promises to be an enriching discussion. Our main presentation will be led by Barbara Shiundu, the chief lead at Actuate, and she's the driving force behind our main presentation. She brings an unparalleled level of expertise and passion to the table. So get ready for an enlightening presentation. But that's not all. We are honored to have Sela Babu as our special guest, and I'm sure we'll all benefit from Sela's perspective. So let's give her her full attention during her speech. And then later on, we'll have Dr. Masharia Warwenge. Dr. Masharia is our Actuate CEO, and he will share additional notes and comments. Sorry about that. I think it's because it's the women in East African DeFi. Yeah, his guidance is instrumental to our collective journey, and we are fortunate enough to have his leadership. And also remember that this is not just a one-way street. We want your active participation. And following the presentation, we'll open the floor for an interactive question and answers session. So feel free to share your thoughts, ask questions, and make this a vibrant and engaging discussion. So if you have any questions within the presentation, you can type it in the chat box and we'll be sure to answer it. And as we near the end, Diana Amondi will deliver the vote of thanks and make an announcement. So Diana is our coordinator for continuous quality improvements, and she ensures that every aspect of our meetings and initiatives meets the highest standards of excellence. Finally, I will wrap up with some closing remarks, ensuring that we leave today feeling inspired and motivated to apply what we've learned. So buckle up, everyone. We have a packed agenda ahead, and I encourage you to make the most of this fantastic learning opportunity. Let's make today's session a memorable one. So welcome, Dolphin. You can introduce us to East African women in DeFi.
Okay, thank you, Frida. Thank you so much. So my name is Dolphin Akinyi. I'm the coordinator of East Africa Women in DeFi. So today I'm gonna briefly introduce you to the East Africa Women in DeFi, and I'm gonna discuss the what, why, and the how. So let me begin with the what. So the East Africa Women in DeFi is an initiative by Actuate Biomedicine focused on leveraging the power of decentralized finance, which is DeFi, to enhance the health and financial well-being of women in the East African region. This program is a blend of education, empowerment, and financial innovation aimed at involving women in the rapidly evolving DeFi sector. So I'm going to talk about why East Africa Women in DeFi. The program is critical because it addresses the historical exclusion of women from the financial and technological realms, particularly in areas of leadership and innovation within DeFi. By giving women the tools and knowledge to manage and grow their finances through DeFi, they can take control of their health and economic futures. This autonomy allows for better access to healthcare, nutrition, and overall life security for themselves and their families. So how? The initiative unfolds through the Learn to Earn program, which we are now having, where participating women engage in weekly sessions to learn about DeFi capabilities and opportunities. The program is unique in that it rewards participants with Actuate tokens, incentivizes learning with tangible financial benefits. Women will learn through this program, women will learn how to trade in decentralized market, thus bypassing traditional and other inaccessible banking system. The other point is that engaging, the women will engage in and understand the significance of liquidity pool, which are foundational to the functioning of DeFi. Another point is that support and benefit from a health fund, which provides financial assistance during health emergency, reinforcing the link between financial stability and health outcome. So lastly, I'll say the East Africa Women in DeFi initiative is set to propel women into the forefront of financial technology, where they can confidentially navigate, contribute to, and benefit from the DeFi ecosystem. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dolphin, for that. Yeah, we've heard of the various benefits to participating in East African Women in DeFi. So next we'll be having an introduction to what Actuate is by Susan Jogona. Susan, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Frida. Thank you so much, Dolphin, for introducing East African Women in DeFi Learn to Earn program. So hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to have you all here. I am Susan Juguna, the Executive Director of Actuate Biomedicine, as Frida has mentioned, and I couldn't be prouder of this amazing team leading women in DeFi. Our journey isn't just about business or tech, it's about changing lives in Africa for the better. So let's dive into Actuate. Actuate is not your average blockchain platform. It's a game changer designed to do two big things. First, to turn scientific knowledge into real health solutions in Africa, and second, to unlock the untapped potential of the capital in Africa. Let's get to the heart of it. Why Actuate? Well, our tokens are more than just digital currencies. They represent real value in the global marketplace, inspired by Hanade Lesotho idea in the mystery of capital. We see enormous potential in Africa that's often overlooked, also known as the dead capital in Africa. Actuate is our way of unlocking that potential and making it work for everyone. Secondly, Actuate is all about funding solutions to health challenges in Africa. We are not just talking about change, we are making it happen. So how do we make this vision a reality? It's all about two key processes, faucets and sinks. Now, what are faucets? You might be asking yourself. Faucets are how we distribute Actuate tokens, and we have got 7 killer programs set up for these. Among these programs, we have East African Women in DeFi Learn to Earn program, which is this program aimed to, as Dolphin has mentioned, empower women to get involved, learn together, turn their knowledge to tangible products, and also empower them financially to build wealth and fund their ideas. This is the first one of the 7 programs that we have dedicated to distribute Actuate tokens. Now let's talk about the thing. These are ways Actuate tokens are used, creating value for the token. Liquidity pools are a big part of these. making sure tokens are used efficiently for projects across the continent, and paving a way for people to earn passive income. Plus, we are cooking up some cool tech for staking Actuates, and even using them to pay for gas fee. And let's not forget the big one, the health access thing. We are working in for ways we can pool funds to make quality healthcare accessible to everyone in Actuate community and for the users. Let's remember the impact we can make. Every token, every partnership and innovation gets us closer to a healthier and wealthier Africa. I want to thank all of you for joining this Learn to Earn program. I would also want to thank the team behind East African Women in DeFi for their dedication to empower women in East Africa. Together, let's inspire, innovate, empower, and create wealth. Thank you, and let's move forward with courage. The future of DeFi and Africa is full of possibilities. Thank you so much. Back to you, Frida.
Yeah, thank you very much, Suzanne. We've seen we have very many things, great things in store for Actuate and the women in DeFi. Also, so for our next presentation, we'll be having Barbara Shiundu. She'll be our topics master and leading the segment for today. Barbara, you're welcome.
Thank you, Frida, for this opportunity. Good evening, everyone. My name is Barbara Shiundu, and I'll be taking you through today's topic. Allow me to share my screen, and Frida, you can confirm if you can see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can see your
Thank
screen,
you.
Barbara.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about introduction and orientation to the East African women in DeFi. And we shall begin by defining women. Women are not just individuals, they are the embodiment of strength, resilience, and nurturing. Women are leaders, women are innovators, they are change makers who have the ability to shape the future of our world. In the societal context, the phenomenon of women involves a multifaceted and dynamic aspect of humanity, representing approximately half of the global population. Beyond mere demographic categorization, the essence of women encompasses a spectrum of identities, experience, and roles shaped by cultural, historical, and individual factors. Women serve as agents of change, contributing to diverse domains ranging from politics and economics to arts and sciences. Their narratives intertwine with struggles for equality, recognition, and autonomy, often reflecting systematic biases and societal expectations. Despite historical and ongoing challenges, women continue to advocate for their rights, challenge gender norms, and carve out paths of empowerment and self-determination. The phenomenon of women encompasses resilience, creativity, and a quest for justice, shaping the present and future of societies worldwide. Women as custodians of sustainable One Health. Women play a pivotal role in ensuring sustainable One Health, the interconnectedness of human health, environmental health, and animal health. As caregivers, nurturers, and educators, women are uniquely positioned to champion holistic health practices that benefit all living beings. In the realm of sustainable One Health, women often have a role as custodians of holistic well-being, encompassing the interconnected health of humans, animals, and the environment. Women's role as caregivers, nurturers, and community leaders position them at the forefront of initiatives promoting health, equity, environmental sustainability, and biodiversity conservation. Across diverse cultures and contexts, women have historically served as stewards of natural resources, traditional knowledge, and intergenerational health practices, fostering resilience and harmony between communities and their ecosystems. As custodians of sustainable One Health, women drive initiatives that prioritize presentative healthcare, promote sustainable agriculture and food systems, and advocate for environmental conservation. Their holistic approach recognizes the intrinsic linkages between human health, animal welfare, and environmental integrity, emphasizing the importance of interconnected solutions to global health challenges. There is the aspect of women holding the entire sky. The concept of women holding the entire sky symbolizes the immense responsibility and capability of women to uphold the balance and harmony of our world. Just as in the mythological story, women have the strength and determination to support and sustain the world around them. Women hold up half the sky. That is the common analogy we've heard about. And it speaks to the indispensable role that women play in shaping our societies, economies, and communities. By recognizing and honoring the contributions of women, we acknowledge their fundamental importance in building a more equitable and prosperous future. Just as women hold up half the sky, so too do they hold the key to unlocking the full potential of decentralized finance. Together, let's lift each other up, empower one another, and collectively reach new heights of success and prosperity. At Actuate Biomedicine, we believe that women do not just hold half the sky, but the entire sky. And the role of men is to hold the women up so that they can keep holding the sky. We then move to the categories of sustainable One Health. We have the human health, which is defined as the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, encompassing access to healthcare services, disease prevention, and health promotion efforts. Involves ensuring access to quality healthcare, promoting wellness practices, and advocating for equitable healthcare systems. Human health encompasses a comprehensive understanding of physical, mental, and social well-being, as I've said, reflecting the intricate interplay of biological, environmental, and socioeconomic factors. Access to quality healthcare services, preventive measures, nutritious food, clean water, and sanitation facilities are pivotal in ensuring optimal health outcomes. Furthermore, socioeconomic determinants such as education, employment, housing, and social support networks profoundly impact individuals' health status. Addressing inequities in healthcare access and promoting health literacy are essential components of advancing human health. Moreover, fostering environments that encourage healthy behaviors and lifestyles contributes to disease prevention and enhances the overall well-being of human beings. Sustainable One Health initiatives prioritize a holistic approach to human health, recognizing the interconnectedness of individuals within their environments and emphasizing the importance of equitable healthcare systems that promote resilience and the well-being for all. The second category is environmental health. It refers to the branch of public health concerned with the understanding of how environmental factors can impact human health and well-being, including air and water quality, sanitation, and waste management. This involves preserving natural resources, mitigating pollution, and promoting sustainable living practices. Environmental health encompasses the intricate relationship between human health and the quality of our surrounding environments, including air, water, soil, and ecosystems. The health of these environmental components influences human well-being as exposure to pollutants, contaminants, and hazardous substances can lead to adverse health effects such as respiratory diseases, neurological disorders, and cancer. Sustainable One Health initiatives prioritize the preservation and restoration of environmental quality, promoting strategies such as pollution prevention, sustainable resource management, conservation efforts, and climate adoption measures. By safeguarding environmental health, we can mitigate health risks, protect ecosystems, and ensure the well-being of current and future generations. The last category is animal health, and this pertains to the physical and mental well-being of animals, encompassing preventive care, disease control measures, and ethical treatment to ensure the welfare of both domestic and wild animal populations. This involves advocating for animal welfare, preventing zoonotic diseases, and promoting responsible stewardship of animals. Animal health is integral to the holistic framework of Sustainable One Health, recognizing the interconnectedness between human, animal, and environmental well-being. Animals, both domesticated and wild, play crucial roles in the ecosystem functioning, food production, livelihoods, and cultural heritage. Ensuring the health and welfare of animals is essential not only for their intrinsic value, but also for safeguarding human health and ecosystem training and integrity. Diseases transmitted between animals and humans, known as zoonoses, highlight the intimate relationship between animals and human health. Sustainable One Health approaches prioritize disease surveillance, prevention, and control in animal populations, promoting responsible animal husbandry practices, vaccination programs, and habitat conservation efforts to mitigate disease transmission risks. By protecting animal health, we safeguard human health, preserve biodiversity, and promote sustainable coexistence within our ecosystems. Injecting economic health through DeFi. DeFi presents an opportunity to inject economic health into communities by providing access to financial services, fostering economic empowerment, and promoting financial inclusion. By leveraging DeFi tools and platforms, women can unlock new avenues for economic growth and prosperity. Decentralized finance, DeFi, stands poised to inject economic health into Sustainable One Health initiatives by leveraging innovative financial technologies to drive positive impact across human, environmental, and animal health domains. DeFi offers a paradigm shift in financial systems, promoting accessibility, inclusivity, and transparency while circumventing traditional barriers and intermediaries. Through blockchain technology and smart contracts, DeFi platforms can facilitate frictionless transactions, decentralized governance, and programmable incentives, unlocking new opportunities for financing sustainable development projects. In the context of Sustainable One Health, DeFi can also catalyze economic empowerment by providing funding mechanisms for healthcare infrastructure, environmental conservation efforts, and animal welfare initiatives. By democratizing access to capital and fostering community-driven finance, DeFi empowers individuals, organizations, and communities to participate in shaping the future of Sustainable One Health. Moreover, DeFi's emphasis on transparency and accountability enhances trust and confidence in financial transactions, ensuring that investments align with ethical, social, and environmental principles. As DeFi continues to evolve and expand its reach, it holds immense potential to accelerate progress towards achieving holistic well-being, resilience, and sustainability for all stakeholders within the Sustainable One Health ecosystem. Then we have the role of men as silent custodians. Men have a crucial role to play as silent custodians in supporting and uplifting women. Just as women hold the sky, men must stand alongside women, offering support, protection, and encouragement as they strive for success and sustainability. In the narrative of Sustainable One Health, men often play a crucial role, yet understated, of silent guardians, as I've said, and that contributes to the well-being of communities, ecosystems, and future generations. As stewards of families, communities, and natural resources, men hold significant influence in shaping behaviors, policies, and practices that impact human, animal, and environmental health. Their role as providers, decision makers, and community leaders position them to champion initiatives that promote sustainability, resilience, and equity within the Sustainable One Health framework. While the term silent guardians suggests a subtle influence, men's actions, attitudes, and advocacy are instrumental in advancing for a holistic well-being and driving positive change in our communities. By fostering inclusive dialogue, promoting gender equality, and encouraging men's active engagement in Sustainable One Health initiatives, we can harness their collective potential to create more resilient, equitable, and sustainable societies for all. As I wind up, together, as women and men unite in purpose, we can create a future where Sustainable One Health is a reality for all. Thank you for your dedication and passion to commitment to building a better world through DeFi and empowerment. And I want to end by saying that women are not just participants, they are powerful catalysts of change, driving the engine of progress towards a more sustainable, equitable, and resilient world. Thank you for this opportunity, Frida. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, thank you for that wonderful presentation, Barbara. So everyone, let us appreciate that presentation by Barbara. It was wonderful. We have learned that women are the custodians of Sustainable One Health. And empowering women in decentralized finance is not just about equality, it is about unlocking a reservoir of innovation and resilience. So here in East African Women in DeFi, we amplify the voices that have long been underestimated, and we transform potential into powerful impacts. So if you have any questions that you feel are pressing and you've raised your hand, you can go ahead and type them in our chat box. Yeah, and then we can address them as we continue. So next, I would like to welcome Dr. Macharia Warenge to give any additional notes or comments. And then next we'll have our question and answer session. So if you have any questions, feel free to type it out and we'll tackle it as we continue. Dr. Macharia, welcome. You're muted.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, well, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, well, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, well, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you so much, Frida. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's begin from the top. Frida, well, for conducting this meeting very well. We heard from who? From our very own Dolphin. Dolphin, allow me to call you Queen of East African Women in DeFi. I can only call you that from the position of a bishop. I will take the status of a bishop for just 1 minute. Allow me, ladies and few gentlemen who are here, to take the position of a bishop to say we coronate a queen for East African women in DeFi by the name of Dolphin Akinyi. Yeah, we celebrate that. Dolphin has worked tirelessly. It's amazing what she has done over the past just 8 weeks to pull up the entire structure for East African women in DeFi, and to even arrange this meeting, even to create the Learn to Earn program. As she has explained, will be an 8-week session, specifically talking about women gaining access to DeFi. And let me say, this is not just for East African women. It's for, say, women in the entire African continent, very, very much. And of course, even other places in the world. As Barbara has told us, women hold the entire sky. Mao Zedong, way back in 1950s, said that women hold half the sky. That's the chairman of China in 1950s. Mao Zedong was wrong. It turns out it's actually true that women hold the entire sky, because there's no single individual who all showed up on this planet except by coming through a woman. It took that person to stay in a woman's body for 9 months, 9 whole months, 9 whole months. Another human being in a woman's body for 9 whole months in order to show up here. Then when that person is showing up kicking and screaming, right? It's a newborn baby. The woman has to go through something called labor. Ever heard of that term? Labor means work. Labor is painful. Only women go through that. There's no man anywhere in the world who has ever gone through labor to deliver, give to us. It's called deliver another whole human being. And that's, as if that's not enough, that new human being has to feed upon the woman's body for the next 6 to 12 months, even 2 years, through breastfeeding. That whatever that new person needs to survive is guaranteed by the woman, who is called the mother. So what I want to tell you is that in order for that to work, woman has to have food. It's called good nutrition. That is where the human health comes in. It's nutrition, like what Barbara had just told us, human health. And in order for that human health to work, she needs to have money to buy food, and then she needs to have money to maintain herself during the entire pregnancy. She needs to have money to go to the clinics, to well mother clinic, so that she can deliver to us as the human race. She can deliver to us another human being. Isn't that a glorious thing? It's a very sacred job you have in this planet. And so that is not enough, because this woman needs to live in a good place without pollution, in a good house, not a slum condition, which is likely to cause a lot of trouble. But this doesn't happen in Africa. You know that many women are living in very poor places. In slum areas, like Nairobi has got the largest slum in the world, and shutter cities, bad built environment that is inhabitable to human. And yet we are expecting our women who are holding the entire sky to live in such conditions. Ladies, can you believe, even gentlemen who are here, that's unacceptable for all of us. We have to say no. In addition, women have to manage the relationship between ourselves, the human race, and the animals. Whether they are domestic animals, domestic animals, we have so many in the farming community. We have cows, goats, sheep, camels, many of them. We also have pets. People have pets in the houses, like cats. They keep them for eating mice, feeding upon mice. And then we have the non-domestic animals, like mice and rats, that come to your house, and other rodents, which come to cannibalize on things in home. And then we have the wild animals, which live outside the home. And then we have domestic animals that live outside the home. Why the animal kingdom is so important, I want to tell you the truth here about animals. 99% of the diseases that end up becoming pandemics come from the animal kingdom, what Barbara calls zoonosis. So 99% of the diseases that become pandemic, case in point, coronavirus disease is a virus that was carried in by the bat. You name it. You can name Ebola virus disease, it comes from monkeys. Then avian flu, it comes from birds, chicken, or chickenpox. So we only have cowpox, chickenpox, all those, the whole list. Pandemics, there's no pandemic in this world, including plague, which killed a lot of Europeans. There's no pandemic that ever happened in this world without having come from the animal kingdom. And you see women clean, they clean the sun recordation, maintain the home environment so that we do not have such diseases coming. And then there are other diseases that come from just ordinary domestic animals, things like anthrax, which is milk that's not properly boiled, tapeworms, like the pig tapeworms or the pork tapeworms. It's just about cooking. Who cooks the food? It's the women. So turns out that women on their own, if we empower them, they will stop the global pandemics. That all this trouble that we had with COVID, if the women had the say in the whole scenario, that COVID would not have happened. And even the Ebola virus that came from monkeys in West Africa. Why did Ebola virus get from the jungle? Because Ebola virus lives in monkeys. But West Africa, when people don't have enough money, they don't have enough money to buy food, they need protein. They go to the bush and hunt monkeys. And when they hunt monkeys, they bring the monkeys home to eat. And as they bring the monkeys home, the virus will find its way from the monkey meat into the human meat. Okay? And that's how you get this crazy virus that will just not let your blood to clot. So what we are saying here is that first of all, we need to recognize women as custodians of One Health itself. One Health. But One Health is not sustainable without money, because to eat good food, to stay away from animals, and to have good living environment, you need to have money. And One Health can only become sustainable if we think about women having access to money. Now that brings us to the point that Susan has brought up, that Africa itself is not just women who don't have money, but the general place is considered poor place. Africa is not poor. Africa is not poor. There's no poverty in Africa. Africa is a continent with the greatest number of resources in the world. And one of the greatest resources we have is human beings, a human resource. And when people work or they produce things, whatever they do, in order for them, that work to be recognized in the world, it has to go to the marketplace. It has to be recognized in the marketplace. When the value of your work is not represented in your marketplace, that work is dead to the market. So the market it's invisible to the market. What I mean market is that you cannot find the work that Africans are doing in the New York Stock Exchange. That's the market, the capital markets. You cannot find the work that Africans are doing in the NASDAQ. And you cannot find it in the London Stock Exchange. And in Africa, you have stock markets like Nairobi Stock Exchange. You are not going to find the work of women in Africa in the Nairobi Stock Exchange. And you're not going to find it even in Johannesburg's Stock Exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, what I want to tell you, this is happening by systematic design. It is not that the work in Africa cannot appear in those markets, but the people who created this geopolitics, which is called the third world, they have made sure that Africans do not have access to markets or their work. So we have capital, which is physical capital, like all humans in Africa, which does not show up anywhere in any marketplace. Okay. Then we have intellectual capital, Like people in universities, they go and study, write all the books, which they call dissertation thesis and journals. Then they return them to the university and they stay there. They don't appear anywhere else in the world except in a university where they study. Let me tell you what that is. It's like having a garden. You grow potatoes, and then after you harvest potatoes, you then throw them again in the same garden instead of taking them to the marketplace so you can sell to the people. So if you have your dissertation and you have taken it back to school to give it to your professor, then they just put in the shelf is harvesting potatoes and then putting your potatoes back in the chamber, and you're hoping that you're going to have money. Never. That alone, that's intellectual capital. It's massive quantity of it. Imagine all the universities in Africa whose intellectual capital is being brought back to the university to get buried there. And then the actual work, physical work that people do, the jobs they do, they have no representation anywhere in the market. That Hernando de Soto, an economist in Peruvian economist, studied that whole problem, which he published in his book in 2000. He said, why capitalism works in the West and fails everywhere else. He studied that in thoroughly and found that when that happens, that people's work is not represented in the market. He called it dead capital. That capital has no life in it. It cannot be traded. And when capital is dead, people are poor, or they are considered poor. So poverty is equivalent. Poverty is equals to dead capital. And dead capital is the main characteristic of third worldness. If you hear people say, we are going to the third world, we are going to places where capital does not exist in the marketplace or is not lying. See? And so that is dead capital. And so another is sort of called that, say that Africans everywhere are living in citadels of dead capital. Like we have mountains of dead capital that are bigger than Mount Kenya. The dead capital in Africa is much higher than the mountain that is in Kenya alone, higher than Kilimanjaro, meaning that if that capital came live, it's going to change completely the economic outlook of the nations in Africa. Now, that was sad news. When Hernando said that, it was way back in 2000. So this question of dead capital produces a health quagmire, because when people do not have access to money, they cannot access medical services or health services because they're expensive. Okay? And so in 2000, there was no solution for that. Then we came and worked till 2008. Someone out of the blue, known as Satoshi Nakamoto, created something called blockchain, which is the technology on what Bitcoin is built. Blockchain technology. And this is now the home base of decentralized finance. And blockchain is a complete overthrow of the traditional finance system, which has created these citadels of dead capital in Africa. And on the blockchain, once Satoshi created that, a second generation blockchain was created by Vitalik Buterin, known as Ethereum. Ethereum itself is the one that has allowed us to build something very, very innovative, known as smart contracts. As Dolphin mentioned, the smart contracts themselves allow everybody, anyone in the world, to participate in the finance market. This is not just for the chosen few who own the stock market, but the stock market is on your phone. So you don't need to worry about going to New York Stock Exchange or never going to New York Stock Exchange. You don't have to worry about never going to London Stock Exchange or even never going to Nairobi Stock Exchange. You have a stock exchange right inside your phone. Okay? And that is what is known as decentralized finance. So how this works is quite simple. First of all, we were interacting with the blockchain. We create the Actuate tokens themselves, which are on the blockchain, on the Ethereum network. And I think throughout this, the 8-week session series, we're going to dive deep into that, how you learn how to interact with that. The first stage is to learn how to create a wallet, a blockchain wallet on your phone. It's just like an M-Pesa wallet, which receives tokens like Actuate token. And then you learn about the exchanges where you take those tokens to create what what Dolphin call liquidity pools. That is where you can actually stake your money. Now, in the liquidity pool, you are acting as the banker. You are like Equity Bank yourself. You are self on your own. So you can provide liquidity like an investment banker. You don't need to have a lot of money. You can do that with as little as 100 shillings. And then when you're acting as a banker, you're earning fees, transaction fees. And then when you're earning transaction fees, you can also lend other people money. So this has opened up the entire finance system in a way that is making all those traditional finance people shaking their boots. They're traveling in their feet right now. Now, this is very, very significant, particularly because it's opening up the door for millions and millions of, not just millions, billions of women to enter into the finance market, a place where they did not have access, particularly women in African continent. Because so long as you have your cell phone, it doesn't matter whether it's a smartphone, even Mulika Mwizi itself, I'm talking about Kabambe or the USSD phone. There's technology now that helps even people without Kabambe to gain access to the decentralized finance markets. And so what does the token do? This is the last thing I'm going to say because I don't want to speak for you the whole evening. What that token is, I want to consider the Actuate token itself is a secret product, secret entity. Because the token itself, it's in the global marketplace. Okay, so when you have that token in your pocket, it means that you have access to the global marketplace. It means that this token is your gateway to entering. Say, for example, if this was the New York Stock Exchange, this is a token that helps you to enter in New York Stock Exchange. So it's the door, and I can say it's a form of exaltation. Have you heard of exaltation? Exaltation is when you lift up. So it lifts you up from the ground level to the global capital markets. And as a woman in the village, you know that when you're holding this token, you are also exalted high enough to reach the global marketplace, a place where the state of the third world, what we call third world, the effort was to make sure that people in the third world do not have access to the global marketplace. So token bypasses all that. It just removes it, an overthrow, complete overthrow of that traditional finance thinking, and then it gives you the key and then the door, not just the key to the door, it also gives you access to your place in the global marketplace in the finance. And now you start trading like you are in the Wall Street. You can do anything as if you're in Wall Street. And that is power right there. And so what we want to do with this token, besides giving people that power, giving them that sacred duty to enter into the Holy of Holies. King Solomon had that kind of idea when he made a temple called Holy of Holies, where only one person could enter, but once a year. The Holy of Holies in a traditional marketplace is what access that actual token helps you to get into. So besides doing that, the token itself is going to, when you get in there, you're able to do other things. Like you can start earning other money. And so what is significant is that what we want to do with this and why this is very relevant to health care is that we shall create, we're going to be working this year, the next year we're going to release a new mechanism that every transaction that goes on through that token, every transaction collects a small fee, a small percentage. That money is set aside and it goes in something called a health risk pool. And that health risk pool will mean that if you're a holder of such tokens and everybody's pooling all that money together, then you can go to any hospital and it's going to pay your hospital fees. And that's why it's important. Imagine that power. So for the lady who needs to go for well baby clinic, all she has to do is flash her phone and scan the QR code, and then we'll receive access to medical care. So it bypasses what's called the National Hospital Insurance Fund, which requires people to pay money, but they don't care where the money is coming from. Another way of the blockchain itself, it's a marketplace. And so when you start working together, then we want to see how we can mobilize the economy in the nation, meaning that people selling goods, and if those goods are denominated in Actuate, then those goods have, say we're talking about chicken, pigs, things you have in your shamba. If they're denominated in Actuate tokens, then they have access to the global marketplace. And this so we are going to bring our finance guys, from JQuat, they do financial engineering, so that they can engineer the system whereby the the productivity of people can be represented in the marketplace. And those are the mountains of debt capital that Hanade is talking about. We need to flatten. We cannot do that unless by faith. Yeah. All right. So back to you, Frida. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I want to thank everybody for being here today, so that we can launch this very important work. And thank you so much, Dolphin, for putting us together. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Masharia. So our next segment is about questions and answers. So you can ask any questions and we'll reply to them. So let me just start by saying something. Having money gives you power, and power gives you freedom. So you are able to make decisions. So we can appreciate that blockchain has made services that were previously inaccessible accessible. I am able to trade with people from anywhere in the world. I can even trade with someone from Thailand in a split of a second, all because of blockchain. So the internet brought us close, but I think that blockchain has brought us closer. That's why it's called Web3. It is the internet of money. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and raise your hand. Peter, do you have any question? Peter Kalunda? All right. If you don't have any questions, I'll go ahead and read some of the comments. So we have a comment from Salome. She says that, in fact, women play an important role, both in the society and in the home. Also, according to scientists, they say that women can perform more than men. So yeah, Dolphin, congrats for the meeting. And I can second that because I know that women perform a lot of roles. You get that, for example, if a woman has a kid, you find that they're going to work. Then when they come home, they start another job, which is taking care of the family. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other questions? If you have any questions, go ahead. Also, I'd like to make an announcement that this is a Learn to Earn program, as we said in the beginning. So I'll be providing you with a form, and this form is to collect data so that we can issue Actuate tokens after the end of this meeting, or not after the end of this meeting. We'll be issuing Actuate tokens according to the information that you've filled in the form. So be on the lookout for that. We'll give this opportunity to, we can go ahead and I'll give the opportunity to Diana. Diana Amundi.
Okay, thank you, Frida. I am sincerely grateful for this opportunity, and I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for taking your time to be here today. Your presence means a great deal to us, and we truly appreciate your support. And a special thank you to Dolphin for her dedication and hard work in organizing this event. Without her efforts, none of this would have been possible. So thank you, Dolphin Akini. And I would also like to express my gratitude to our speakers, Susan and Barbara, for your insightful presentation. Your contribution have made this event truly memorable. And lastly, I am excited to announce that we will be holding weekly meetings every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. East African time. And additionally, I want to remind everyone that our community is always available for interaction and support. So through platforms such as WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We have provided links in the chat box for easy access to these platforms. And thank you once again for your participation and support. We look forward to continuing our work together and sharing more valuable insights in the future. Yeah, back to you, Barbara.
Yeah, thank you, Diana. So I can see on the comments that we have an invitation from Sad. He says the vice manager at Logitalks. So yeah, are you able to unmute yourself and give us more in depth about what Logitalks is about? So he says that they have an upcoming event in International Women's Day at 6th to 8th of March. So we can join the summit if we are interested in speaking and sharing our experiences. So yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah.
What is SAD?
SAD is a person. SAD Salmani.
Oh, SAD Salmani.
Yeah. This is the vice manager at Logitalks.
Oh, Logitalks. Oh, she's rising. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you, Frida.
Okay. So yeah, if anyone is interested in joining that, I've provided the link there. And okay, so I think we are coming to the end of our session today. Thank you very much for everyone's participation. We've had a great session thanks to our speakers. Thank you, Delphine, again for organizing such a wonderful meeting. Yeah, so I think that's it, and we can adjourn the meeting. I will provide the form on the comment section. Yeah, so you can fill that form as we wait for. If you have any questions in the meantime, as people are filling the form, you can go ahead and post them or unmute yourself.
Okay, so this is open meeting. People should not feel shy. They should ask questions. And of course, as Diana said, we are on WhatsApp. For those people who are not on WhatsApp, Dolphin has sent information about East African women in DeFi on WhatsApp. And who else? We also on LinkedIn. I think many people know that. East African women on DeFi on LinkedIn, and of course Facebook. Yeah. So, but the most the direct interaction you get it by WhatsApp. So, I think you are you sharing those links, Frida, to the group?
Yeah, I've already shared the link.
Okay, awesome. That's great. Yes. So if there are no comments, are there comments, questions, concerns?
Yeah, we don't have any other comments or concerns.
Okay. So. So I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for this meeting, and I will check out. And let's meet again on Friday next week. Invite everybody else in your community, everyone, particularly to come and learn more about how would we support women to continue holding the sky, lest the sky falls upon us if we don't do this. Thank you, guys. We don't want the sky to come down crashing on us just because we are refusing to hold them so they can hold up the sky. All right.